Welcome back to FlyEaglesFly News, where the pulse of Eagles football beats strongest. This season has been a whirlwind, full of highs, lows, and unforgettable moments. But one storyline that continues to captivate fans is the pursuit of personal milestones by Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. Both receivers are on the brink of reaching 5,000 career receiving yards. A mark that speaks not just to talent, but to relentless effort and consistency over the years. A.J. Brown is just shy of 40 yards away from the milestone, while Devontae Smith trails a little further behind. Yet the proximity of these achievements makes every game feel charged with anticipation. Watching them work toward this goal has been a masterclass in resilience. A.J., in particular, had a slow start to the season, struggling to find rhythm, but as the weeks progressed, everything started falling into place. There's a beauty in seeing players reach these heights. Not just for the numbers, but for what they signify: dedication, preparation, and the ability to thrive under pressure. It's moments like these that make fans feel like they're witnessing history unfolding, where personal accomplishment intertwines with team success, and where the legacy of Eagles receivers past and present is put on full display. For those who remember great receivers who came close but never quite reached these numbers, it's a reminder of how rare and remarkable this achievement truly is. It's not merely about adding to a stat sheet, it's about honoring the journey, the battles fought on the field, and the perseverance that defines elite athletes. As the focus on milestones continues, attention naturally shifts to the controversies that spark conversation around the league. And the so-called tush-push has become a central topic. This play, simple in design yet loaded with strategy, has drawn polarized opinions. Some critics argue that the play is outdated, less effective in today's game, where defensive schemes are faster and more complex. Others, however, including players who execute it, defend its place as part of the team's identity, noting the successes it has produced and the situational advantage it can still provide. The debate highlights the ongoing tension between tradition and innovation in football. Plays like this are rooted in history, yet they must adapt as the roster changes, injuries occur, and opposing defenses evolve. Watching it unfold in real time provides insight into the delicate balance coaches and players face. The need to respect proven methods while remaining agile enough to respond to new challenges. The tush-push is more than a simple maneuver. It represents the instincts and culture embedded within a team, a link to past victories and lessons learned. While conversion rates fluctuate and adjustments are continually made, there's an undeniable thrill in seeing a familiar play executed with precision, even as the circumstances around it shift. Off the field, reactions from players across the league add another layer of intrigue. Take Josh Johnson, for example, often navigating life as a backup quarterback, moving from team to team. Johnson rarely finds himself at the center of headlines, yet his recent comments aimed at a high-profile franchise created waves, revealing the complex interplay of perception, respect, and ambition in the NFL. It's almost surreal watching a player whose career has largely unfolded on the margin suddenly step into a narrative dominated by superstars and MVPs. His words invite analysis, not only about his intentions, but about how established teams like the Eagles respond or don't respond to such challenges. While backups and lesser-known players are capable of surprising performances, there is a fine line between asserting oneself and overstepping, and in this instance, the dynamics were particularly interesting. The scenario underscores the broader theme of reputation versus reality. A player's public statements may not align with their influence or understanding of the teams they address. Observing how the Eagles navigate this with a mix of experience, strategy, and restraint offers a fascinating look at team psychology and leadership in professional football. Turning back to the field, watching the Eagles offense orchestrate plays amid evolving tactics is a reminder of the mental and physical complexity of the sport. Kemp Jurgens and the offensive line face constant scrutiny, especially regarding plays like the tush-push. While no longer as dominant as it once was, the play still requires meticulous timing, communication, and trust among players. Observing the interaction between the quarterback, the lineman, and the running backs is like watching a live puzzle, where every piece must align perfectly within seconds. Fans often see only the result, yards gained or lost, but the preparation and split-second decision-making behind every play reveal the depth of strategy at work. Jurgens' navigation of these challenges, particularly with injuries and the evolving capabilities of his teammates, demonstrates why football is as much a cerebral game as it is a display of athleticism. Each decision has a ripple effect, influencing the flow of the game and the team's capacity to adapt under pressure. These micro moments of execution and judgment shape outcomes and define what separates good teams from great ones. The interplay between conventional plays and innovative strategies is particularly evident in the work of running backs like Saquon Barkley and Tank Bigsby. Handoffs, reads, passing decisions, and improvisation all converge in a dance of precision, risk, and timing. While flashy highlight plays draw attention and cheers, there is a subtle brilliance in well-executed fundamentals. Watching Barkley thread through defenders, capitalizing on the offensive line's openings at precisely the right moments, is as thrilling as any trick play on the field. Yet, debates continue about whether certain strategies should persist or adapt to current team dynamics. These discussions reveal the depth of football's complexity and the constant evolution required to maintain a competitive edge. Success demands attention to detail, keen awareness of opponents, and the ability to make instantaneous adjustments. It's a game where incremental mastery and split-second decisions can be just as impactful as explosive plays. Fan engagement remains inseparable from these narratives. Eagles supporters follow not only the scoreboard, but also the unfolding stories behind each player, tactical choice, and controversial moment, the pursuit of 5,000 yards. The scrutiny of tactical plays and the reactions of opposing players all contribute to a rich, emotionally engaging season. Every yard gained, every decision made, and every remark by players or coaches adds layers of meaning, connecting fans to the intricacies of the game. The energy surrounding the team grows from a shared investment in both individual achievements and collective strategies. It's a reminder that football is not only a contest of strength and skill, but also a narrative experience where every detail contributes to a season-long story, one that involves the players, coaches, and fans in a dynamic interplay of observation, reaction, and anticipation. The Eagles' trajectory this season embodies the fusion of personal milestones and strategic evolution. Watching Smith and Brown close in on their receiving yard marks, while the team maneuvers through complex plays, illustrates the interdependence of individual accomplishment and collective performance. Meanwhile, handling external commentary, unexpected challenges, and ongoing tactical adjustments highlights the mental resilience demanded at every level of professional football. Fans witness the layers of preparation, execution, and adaptation that define the sport, gaining insight into the pressures and triumphs that shape outcomes on and off the field. It is a vivid reminder that football's richness extends far beyond Sundays, encompassing the effort, judgment, and strategy that propel teams forward in real time as the season progresses. The spotlight on individual excellence expands beyond offensive feats, drawing attention to defensive performances that often go unnoticed yet define the outcome of games. Players like Quan Mitchell exemplify this silent impact week after week. Mitchell consistently neutralizes threats, shuts down receivers, and forces quarterbacks to reconsider their reads, all without the flashy statistics that typically capture headlines. His work is precise, calculated, and essential. Yet the recognition he receives, particularly in fan-driven accolades like Pro Bowl voting, does not reflect the level of influence he exerts on the field. Fans often cheer touchdowns and highlight plays, but the subtle mastery of altering offensive strategies through coverage, positioning, and anticipation can easily escape casual observation. Mitchell's presence creates a ripple effect, shaping the decisions of opponents and opening opportunities for teammates. A contribution that embodies the essence of defensive football, influence without immediate visibility. It's a reminder that excellence in the NFL is multidimensional, and the players whose names dominate discussions are not always the ones whose impact resonates the most deeply across the dynamics of a game. The Pro Bowl, once a showcase of elite talent competing at full intensity, has increasingly transformed into a spectacle driven by popularity and media narratives. Mitchell's omission from top-tier recognition illustrates the gap between real performance and public perception in a system where fan votes hold significant sway. The subtleties of defensive dominance can be overshadowed by highlight reel moments or the reputations of marquee names. This shift has frustrated both players and informed fans, who recognize the discrepancy between contribution and acknowledgement. When Lane Johnson, for example, receives recognition despite limited playing time due to injury, it underscores the tendency for legacy and popularity to outweigh present achievement. The contrast is striking when placed alongside Mitchell's season, where every snap, adjustment, and tackle demonstrates expertise, yet public acclaim lags behind. The situation fuels debates not only about voting systems, but also about the values embedded in how excellence is celebrated. It challenges the notion that the loudest voices equate to the most informed perspectives, highlighting the tension between visibility and genuine influence in professional football. Beyond accolades, the ongoing discussions about tactics, strategy, and player utilization illustrate the evolving nature of the game itself. Coaches, coordinators, and players constantly navigate a shifting landscape, balancing the lessons of the past with the demands of the present. Plays like the tush-push or carefully timed handoffs require an understanding of history, personnel strengths, and situational intelligence. Each decision carries weight, and the ripple effect extends across the roster, influencing momentum, player confidence, and overall team cohesion. Observing these decisions as they unfold offers fans a glimpse into the strategic depth of football, where milliseconds, positioning, and communication determine success or failure. Offensive linemen must anticipate movements, quarterbacks must read defenses instantly, and running backs must trust the timing and positioning of every teammate. The beauty of this orchestration lies in its imperceptibility to casual viewers. What appears simple on screen is the product of countless hours of preparation, analysis, and adaptability. It's a testament to the sophistication of professional football, demonstrating why even seemingly routine plays demand elite skill and mental acuity. As these narratives unfold, fan engagement remains an essential part of the story. Eagles supporters, in particular, are deeply invested not only in victories, but in the intricacies of how their team competes. Every touchdown, every first down, and every defensive stop carries layered meaning. The pursuit of personal milestones, like 5,000 receiving yards, the debates over tactical executions, and the reactions of opponents contribute to a season rich in narrative complexity. Fans experience a spectrum of emotions, from elation to frustration, as they witness both individual brilliance and collective strategy in motion. It's this connection that transforms games from mere contests into shared journeys, where observation, discussion, and anticipation create a dynamic relationship between the team and its supporters. In following the Eagles closely, fans come to understand not only the outcomes but also the why behind every play, the subtle adjustments that influence the game, and the enduring impact of player decisions under pressure. FlyEaglesFly News family, smash subscribe and hit like. Your support keeps the freshest Philadelphia Eagles updates flying in. Drop your take in the comments and let's talk birds. In a move that has sent shockwaves across the NFL, whispers are circulating that the Philadelphia Eagles and New England Patriots have agreed on a trade that could redefine both franchises. Sources close to the teams hint that Eagles general manager ROSEMAN has once again proven why he's considered one of the most daring executives in football, orchestrating a deal that nobody saw coming. The exact details remain shrouded in mystery, but insiders suggest that key pieces from both sides are involved, potentially altering the trajectory of the upcoming season. Speculation is running rampant among fans and analysts alike. Some suggest the Eagles may be acquiring a veteran playmaker from the Patriots roster, a move that could immediately bolster their championship aspiration. Others hint that New England could be targeting young, high-upside talent from Philadelphia, signaling a possible rebuild or strategic shift. Whatever the particulars, the trade represents a high-stakes gamble for both teams, and the ripple effects are already dominating NFL chatter. ROSEMAN's reputation for bold, sometimes controversial decisions only adds fuel to the fire. This isn't the first time the Eagles GM has shaken the league with a daring move, and history suggests he doesn't shy away from high-risk, high-reward maneuvers. On the Patriots side, Bill Belichick's involvement, or at least his approval, raises questions about long-term strategy. Is this a calculated masterstroke or a desperate bid to reassert dominance? Only time will tell. But the speculation alone is enough to keep fans on edge. Social media has exploded with theories. Pundits are debating potential positional swaps, contract implications, and what this could mean for playoff positioning. Even casual fans are drawn into the frenzy, dissecting every rumor, leak, and cryptic comment from team officials. One thing is clear: the NFL landscape is shifting, and this trade could be the catalyst for a domino effect across the league. While details remain unofficial, insiders agree on one thing: this deal, once confirmed, will go down as one of the most talked about trades in recent memory. The Eagles and Patriots have not just made a roster adjustment, they may have ignited a new chapter in NFL history. Fans can only wait with bated breath for confirmation. But the speculation alone has already set the sports world ablaze. That's a wrap from FlyEaglesFly News. If you want the fastest Eagles updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Sound off in the comments. Let's talk birds.